No child that was born since 2007 could say that they really see the modern day courthouse. When I was in grade one, my teacher asked me to make a chart. The chart was titled The Cow, and from then I knew that because she asked me, and I carried out the task, and everybody was excited on what I did. From then I knew that this was special, and I started to do it more and more. Join to me was, I would say, was the strongest thing about me because I grew up very poor, and this is what I use to be equal with persons. Because if persons would talk about TV or shows or movies, I could not fit in the argument because we never had any current, no electricity, so we couldn't. I couldn't fit in to talk about stuff that I had no experience of. When it came on to join, um, I would compete with my friends and I would beat them. I went to states, and my teacher, Mr. Rodney Lewis, very instrumental in my development. He encouraged me and very motivational too. And he would say to me, when I was your age, I couldn't draw this well. And it sort of gave me, it sort of showed me the standard at which I was. Because I looked at him and I said, if he's this good, and when he was at my age, he wasn't. So, and then I went to, after that, he introduced me to Michael, and I went to Michael, and I met some other wonderful lecturers. I try to work with as much media as possible. I try to be diverse. There are times when I just do crayon works. There are times when I just do paintings. There are times when I just do pencil. And I find that uh, I try to get to a certain standard and onto each medium. So it's not that I like pencil more than anything else. It's just what I am doing now. Because sometimes when you're doing art, it is not one common thing that you have to do. There's no rule that say that I have to do pencil all the time. Sometimes I'm doing pencil, sometimes I'm doing crayon, sometimes I'm doing paint, sometimes I'm doing cardboard sculptures. So I try to be diverse, and I try to be as good with different media.
And speaking about the diversity, you've also done this replica of the Morant Bay courthouse.
Yes.
What made you particularly interested in making this replica?
All right. On during the onset, following the onset of the pandemic, I started looking at my work more seriously because being at school every day, going to class and all of that, it's you hardly get time to really practice. So being at home, I've seen where it's a good thing for me where I can practice a lot more. And I came up with the idea that what I want to do is to represent a public monument or some heritage site in every single parish in Jamaica. And I wanted to start in St. Elizabeth, but then I said to myself, if I'm going to represent everything in the island, then I have to start east, and then I move west, and then I go back round. So I traveled to St. Thomas and went over there, and I was very disappointed when I saw the condition of the courthouse has deteriorated badly, and that was discouraging, but also inspiring to me because no child that was born since 2007 could say that they really see the modern day courthouse because it has been destroyed since then. So I said, okay, I'm going to represent this courthouse. I think it's a way of preserving our natural heritage. And I choose building because I think building tells the advancement of people. For example, if you look at the building, you could look at the materials that were used to create the building. So you could see how advanced people were during that time. So the tools they use, the materials to create the building, it links back to how advanced they were. And what is also important is the events that took place there, because we know about the Marley Rebellion, and I think that is very important for us because it paved the way for us as a people to to move forward as a black people. So I think that that is what really drove me to it. So I plan to move right around the island to do one in St. Andrew, Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Manchester, all the way St. Elizabeth, all the way around. I looked at some channels and I saw some cardboard sculptures that persons were doing, and I started, okay, so I'm going to do this. But in terms of the measurement and all of that, I had to go there physically to look at it, and there were some things that were lacking. Um, it had no roof, so I had to go back to the internet, try and get old pictures. And while I was out there, to ask some old persons what the building actually looked like. So that's how they gave me a picture. And then I came back and I did my plans, because I have a YouTube video on this, and you could see where I draw the blueprint. So I had the front elevation, then I had the floor plan, and then I draw the roof plan. So all of that, it's a lot of measurement to get it like that. So it's a whole process. It's mostly mathematical, the process to do it like.
How
A
long did
lot
it
of
take you?
measurement. Um, I don't know. I think it was maybe about 2 months. Maybe about 2 months. The joins are much faster. The joins maybe about 4 days.
To complete.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've sold works in the past. I've sold mostly paintings. I've sold a few drawings. I'd love to get these sold. I am on Instagram, Rayon Griffiths, uh, Rayon Griffiths, Griffiths. On YouTube, as Rayon G89, and I have a Facebook page also, Rayon G89. So YouTube is Rayon G89, and eventually also I'd love to do tutorials on my YouTube channel to help persons to draw, especially students.